Hello friends, and welcome back to Little Bitty Noggins. Today we are going to be working on this super cute little elf holiday decoration or Christmas tree ornament, or just, you don't have to put a little hanger on them. It could just go on your mantle. It could just be a little decoration. So to start out, what we're going to need is a wine cork. These ones are about, let's see here, 2 inches. It's a 2-inch wine cork. And you're also going to need a 1-inch wooden doll head. You can get them on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description down below. This is going to be our head for our little guy here. I have one all set up and ready to roll. But what you would do is you would just put some super glue or a really strong glue. You could use hot glue if it's not going to get a whole bunch of movement, or if it's not going to be played with. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your cork and your head, put the glue on both pieces, and then stick them together. So I've got hot glue ready to roll over here, so I'm going to try it with that. So we just put the hot glue on there. And I'm actually going to put a little bit on the cork as well, just to make sure that it has some stability, because the cork is porous as well as the head being a little porous. And then we're just going to squash them together. And we're going to give it a second to somewhat dry. And as long as it's not too hot, you can kind of wipe off the excess hot glue bits on there. And then you've got your little body for the guy and head. So now we've got 2 of them over there. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work on the crocheted part of this little fella here. So I'm going to put him to the side. You're going to need an F crochet hook and some yarn in whatever choice. You can go with whatever theme your Christmas tree is. Today I'm going to be using green for the body part, this here, and then I'm going to use this really fun candy cane red and white for the hat. So we're going to start with the body, and we are going to pull our yarn out first. There it is. There's the end. Sometimes these things can be tricky. A little bit sneaky. All right. So we are going to take our yarn and we are going to make a magic ring. And we are going to put 6 single crochets in the magic ring. So there's the start of our magic ring, and we are going to single crochet 6. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Once we've got our 6 crochets or single crochets, we're going to take the tail of our magic ring and pull it nice and tight, like so. And we are going to do we're not attaching, we're not slip stitching into the first. We're just gonna go in spirals. Makes life a little bit easier. And what we're gonna do is we are gonna put a single crochet increase into each stitch. So we're gonna end up with 12 single crochet. So there's 1 and 2 into that same stitch, and we're gonna do that all the way around. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1 more set of 2 for 12 single crochet. All right, so there is the base of our little fella. See, it's a little bit bigger than his body, which is good because we want to have a little bit of space to put the cork in there. For the next row, we're going to be working in the back loop only. So we are, if you look here, we've got in this V, there's the front loop here and the back loop there. And we are going to be working into that back loop. And we are going to put a single crochet into each of the stitches. So in the back loop only. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So there's 12. And you can see that it's kind of cupping inward. We're just going to flip that out. And you can see when you crochet in the back loop only, it leaves you with this little ridge right here, which is great for, it's basically making a barrier between the bottom side and the sides of your work. So for the next 7 rounds, we are going to be doing 12 single crochet. So let's see here. So we're going to be doing 84 single crochets around, just all the way around, 84 total to make the body of this little fella. So there's 2. There's the first 12. So the way I got the number 84 is we're doing 7 rounds, and each round has 12 single crochets. So we multiply 7 times 12, and we end up with 84. This way you don't have to sit there and count each row as 12. You can just single crochet the full amount and not have to worry about it. I'm at 30 now. Ooh. All right, so there's 40. One thing I wanted to say, if your wine cork, tends to be, or is a little shorter, you can just continue to test and see how much higher you need it to go. Just slide the wine cork with the little noggin on there into the, it's basically a sock, what you're creating, this teeny little pouch. And if the 7 rounds is too much, if it's going up above where the body ends and the head begins, you can just stop. You don't have to crochet all the way up there. You can stop where your cork ends. But again, some corks are taller than others. There's 2 right here that are completely, there's like a 1/2 inch difference. And you don't want to end up with too much of the body part and have to pull out the work that you've done. So I'm on 40 right now, and we're going to continue to go. You can just tuck your little tail from the beginning in. To keep it out of your way. All right, there's 60. There's 70. There's 80. And then we got 4 more. All right, and there's 84. So, like I said before, let's see how this fits for, see, it's a little too long for this one, but our other cork, the longer cork, it should fit right across him. There it is. So there's our 84. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna take him back out. Oh, I just pulled its head off. All right, well, this one was done with super glue. So I guess we now know that the super glue, if it's pulled on, it's not the best. All right, so we'll just let that sit for a second, give it a little squeeze. All right. That was exciting. Alrighty, we just push this down a little bit. Get whatever excess comes off. And then we're gonna let it cool before we do anything. And we'll finish this off. So we did the 84 single crochets. And we are going to go into our next stitch and do a slip stitch. Yarn over and pull up a loop. Grab our scissors, trim that off. Right. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to take a yarn needle and we are going to thread it with our yarn tail, and we are going to weave in our end. Just in and out of some of these stitches to secure it. All right, beautiful. And then trim off our tail. This has been sitting for a little while, so we're gonna slide it's supposed to be nice and snug. Okay, so there's the first part. And now we are going to work on the hat. So we've got this yarn here, which I thought would be really cute for the little hat that the guy or girl is wearing. You know, depending on whatever color you want to use, or depending on, you know, just whatever you want to do. All right, so this yarn has seen better days, apparently. I got both ends, and they're both kind of tangly. I'm just going to pull that off of there. And then see if we can wind this up real quick. I'm going to tidy this off camera real quick. Okay, so this is all situated now. And we are going to start this hat. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to make another magic ring. So I didn't really show this off earlier. I don't do my magic rings like other people do. It's kind of like I don't do a slip knot the way other people do. The way I do a magic ring is I wrap it around my fingers like that, and then take the working yarn and just kind of tuck it in and under it, so there's a ring there. And that's where I put my hook. And then what I do is I will just pull up a loop and then yarn over and pull up another, like do a chain to lock it in, and then start doing my single crochets or double crochets or whatever stitch needs to be done. All right, so for this magic ring, we're gonna do 3 single crochets in the ring, which I just did. And then we are going to close it up. And in the next round, we're going to single crochet increase all the way around. So we're going to end up with 6 stitches. So we do 2 single crochets in each stitch. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. And if you are using this yarn that has the metallic, almost like tinsel in it, if you see that it's being silly, I don't know if you guys saw on that last stitch, but there was like a piece that was kind of sticking out. Don't worry about it. It will crochet back into itself, kind of like it did for me. All right, so that was 4. Here's 5 and 6. Okay. So there's the beginning of our hat. And now for 2 rounds, we're just going to do 6 single crochets. So we're going to count 12, and we'll be done with the 3rd and 4th rounds. Oh. All right, there's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, so there are rounds 1, 2, 3, and 4. For round 5, we are going to do a single crochet increase and then a single crochet in the next stitch. So our total is going to be 9. So we're going to do 2 single crochets in the first stitch. 1, 2, and then 1 single crochet in the next. 1. 2 single crochets in the next stitch, and then 1 in the one after that. So there's 6, 2 in the next one, and then 1 in the last. We've got 9 single crochets there. And now we are going to do 2 rounds of 9 single crochet for a count of 18. We're just going to roll with it. All right, there's the first 9. And then there is 18. In the next round, we are going to do a single crochet increase and then 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So it's going to be 12 stitches total in this round. So we're going to do an increase, which is 2 stitches, 1, 2, and then 1 single crochet in the next, and 1 single crochet in the next. Then 2 in that one, and then 1 and 2 in the next. 1, 2. All right, and there is our 12 round. And then we are going to do 1 round of 12 single crochet. Alright, there's 12. And then for the next row, we are going to do, single crochet increase, and then 3 single crochet in the next, or 1 single crochet in the next 3. Sorry. So a single crochet increase, and then 1, 2, and 3. Single crochet increase, and then 3 singles, 1, 2, 3. Single crochet increase, and then 3. Right? So there's that, and then we're going to do 1 more round of 15. And there is 15. All right. And then what we're going to do is we are going to do a slip stitch in the last stitch, chain up, and pull out a loop. We're going to trim this. Since this is going to be glued onto the head, we don't really have to worry about the tail on the inside. And we're going to pull that through. You can see this is kind of hanging out here because I stretched it on accident. So we're just going to trim that little piece of metallic off like so. And then we are going to weave in this end. So we thread our needle and then weave this in and out. Of some of our stitches. And then for this one we can just kind of take the, like that. It's going to be so cute. And if you notice that maybe your tension is a little it's a little loose, so the hat's a little bit too loose for the head, what you can do is you can, when you're weaving in your end, just weave it in and out of the, like the last row that you did, and it almost creates a drawstring. So if your tension's a little loose, and your hat, you're noticing your hat's a little bit loose, if you tighten up the area here that you created, you can make it to where it stays on better. All right. And then you would trim it off. So we pull that through, and then we can cut it. Woo! Throwing things. Scissors trying to get me. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to glue our hat to the head using the hot glue gun. So what we're going to do is we're going to just take some of this hot glue and we are going to just put it on the inside of this hat, right? All the way around, because we don't want it to fall off, like so. And then we take our head and we gently place it on there. And we wait a few seconds while it dries and adheres to the wooden head. All right, so now you've got your hat stuck on to your head, and now he needs a little face. So what you can do, you can take a Sharpie. I've got a black Sharpie here. I've got a fine point, ultra fine point in brown if you want to do a different color eyes. If it's supposed to symbolize a certain person and they have brown eyes, you can use brown. If they have blue eyes, they can use blue, and so on and so forth. For this one over here, I just did little black dots. But for this one, I think I'm going to do brown eyes because I've got brown eyes and my daughter has brown eyes. One of my daughters has brown eyes. We're just going to make a little circle there. One, and then make another one right here. So now we've got two cute little brown eyes on this little fella or girl or whatever. And then the last piece here, I don't have any fleece, which is what I used for this one, which I kind of love the look of it, but I have some felt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of felt. It's probably about 1/2 inch wide and about 6 inches long. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of felt and I'm going to wrap it around the neck of this little friend here. And then I'm going to take it and just tie a 1/2 knot. Just like that. Gives them a little scarf. It hides the seam where the glue meets the body meets the head. It hides the glue for in there. And it just adds a little bit extra. And then from there, you can leave it like this and it could just hang out somewhere. Or what you can do is you can take, I'm going to just use the leftover tail from when I wove in my last bit of ends. And you can string that through the top of the hat and then tie a knot in the yarn. Like so. And then you've got a really cute little elfie ornament that you can put on your tree or hang wherever you want to. So I really hope you liked this tutorial on how to make this simple little elf ornament. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section down below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends who may like to make one of these themselves. I hope you enjoyed this. I know I enjoyed making it, and I hope everybody has a wonderful and healthy and happy holiday season. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.